am talking about something really fun that I'm really excited for, something I haven't done in a while, and I can't wait. If you don't know, there's a book club on YouTube, and it is the Dark Academics Book Club, and it is run by 5 YouTubers, and I'm gonna try to get all of their names and channels right. So first there is Kira from her channel Kira Foster, Carolyn from Carolyn Marie Reads, Emma from her channel Emmy, Lucy from Crescent Pages, and then Mary from Mary Among Stories. I will have all of their information down in the description box, and if I get any of that wrong, I'm so sorry. I've been terrible with names lately, and it's frankly embarrassing. Like, I hate it when people are really bad with names. Anyway, so their book club, the Dark Academic Book Club, is coming up to its 1-year anniversary, its birthday, and they have decided to host the DA birthday party readathon, which I think just sounds so fun. It is from May 22nd to May 30th, which is a kind of weird for a readathon. I feel like most of them are a week long, but this one gives you 2 whole weekends, and that's fantastic for a readathon, especially because there are a lot of prompts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the prompts. This video is mainly just going to be me brainstorming books that I may read. This is not like a set in stone TBR. I will probably vlog the readathon, and in that vlog that will have my dedicated TBR that I hope to read. This is just me brainstorming. I also have next to me my basket of May TBR. Somehow maybe try to get at least one of these books onto this list. So I've got penciling this in, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first prompt is actually not brainstorming, is not really needed, I guess, but it's the prompts, the way that they're doing them I think is really fun. They're doing it like college courses or university classes, and the first one is culinary studies, and the prompt is just to bake something, because I think a lot of the members of their book club are really into baking, and I love this prompt because I also love to bake, and it's been a while since I've like really truly baked something from scratch. I kind of want to do cinnamon rolls, so if it's warm enough I might do that, but that's also a lot of work. I've also been really craving lemon bars, so that might be something. Or we can just go plain and simple and do brownies, because I think I already have everything for that. Okay, so the next prompt, history, read a mythology book. None of my TBR for May really has anything to do with mythology. I do have a book of like fairy tale retellings, but I want to try to keep to the prompts as much as possible. So thinking about the books that I own, because I'd really like to read from the books that I own. I did just get Ariadne. Now I can't think of the author's name. I'm not even going to try to guess. But Ariadne was my book of the month pick for May, and I just got that, so I think that would be a great pick. It's also pretty short. It's around 300 pages, so that could be a possibility. What other books? Do I have any books on my 2021 TBR that are about mythology? No. So that kind of sucks. Other books that I own, I actually don't really have. I mean, I have like some Rick Riordan that I haven't read, but those are pretty big books. The Nordic gods. I also have the Kane Chronicles, I think, which is Egyptian gods. They're so big, I don't know that I could read one of those. But I'm gonna write Rick Riordan down, just in case. Maybe I really want some middle grade. Let's go ahead and just jump into the next prompt, which is English, read a classic. So I do have on my May TBR Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. It's also very short. It's definitely less than 300 pages, less than 200 pages, so I should be able to get through this fast enough. However, this book I know is going to be hard for me to read because there are no chapters in this book. It's just one run-on chapter, and that's going to be really difficult for me because I don't like that type of book. So this definitely I think is going to be one that I'll try. I don't know if I'll be able to stick to it though. None of the other classics I feel like are good books to read this time of year in a week. Let's look at my other classics. I could read Animal Farm. I've been wanting to reread that. or Northanger Abbey because it's really short. Next prompt is politics, read a nonfiction book, and I think I'm going to go with, also from my May TBR, AOC. This is a collection of essays about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and it's edited by Linda Lopez. If you don't know who AOC is, she is a New York State representative, but she is the youngest, I'm pretty sure she's the youngest person ever elected into Congress, and she also has pretty polarizing views that I agree with, and I think a lot of people don't agree with should be in politics, but I freaking love her. She's amazing. I follow her on Instagram, and I just really want to read this book and just like learn more about what her colleagues, how they view her. I think that would be really interesting, so I definitely will be reading this book then, because it's been on my TBR for way too long, and I finally just want to get it read, so AOC. Like, I'm not even going to write down any other book in that category because I need to read. Another prompt that has nothing to do with reading, it is creative writing, write something. So I'll probably like journal maybe, or maybe I'll try to do like some flash fiction, who knows. The next prompt is film, watch a book to movie adaptation, which is like, I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll watch The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, even though I've seen it 100 times, but I love it so much. I don't know. I'm not gonna write anything down there because it's just gonna depend on my mood. The next prompt is geography. Read a book from a country you've never read from before. I do have one book on my May TBR. The author is a Spanish speaker. She's originally from Buenos Aires, but she currently lives in Berlin. I've not read books by authors from either of those countries, so I think this is gonna do it. This is Fever Dream by Samantha Schweblin, and it's called Fever Dream, so I think you can kind of guess what direction this book is going in. But it says it's a surreal sensation of a fever dream. Fever dream is a nightmare come to life, a ghost story for the real world, a love story, and a cautionary tale. That's all I'm gonna give you. This is also a very short book. I'm pretty sure it's less than 200 pages. Yeah, so this would be perfect for a readathon. Definitely need to read this as well for another video, so I'm definitely going to be adding this to my TBR. On the off chance that I read that before this readathon, I did pick up this book from Barnes & Noble a couple of weeks ago, just on a whim, because the synopsis just sounded so intriguing, and I just really like the cover, and it is Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead, and it's by Olga Tokarzuk? Sorry. And she lives in Poland. I don't know if she's from Poland, but I'm assuming that she is. So that's another option if I read Fever Dream before this readathon. This book is interesting. I don't really know a lot about what it's about, but this little blurb from Time magazine, it says, part murder mystery, part fairy tale. Drive Your Plow is a thrilling philosophical examination of the ways in which some living creatures are privileged above others. And I just like, so intrigued by that. So that's definitely a possibility. Although this one is quite a bit longer. It's almost 300 pages, so I mean, like, it's a normal sized novel, but it might be a little too long for a readathon. But we will write that one down. The next prompt or class is music, make a reading playlist, which is such a great idea. I listen to a lot of like reading playlists, but I've never made one myself. So I think this might be a great time to renew my Spotify subscription, make myself my own reading playlist. Maybe, we'll see. I'm not gonna commit to that one. And the last prompt is extra credit. Read one of the host's favorite books, and I wrote down 2 books that I am interested in. The other books I don't have access to right now, or they're just too long for me to read in a readathon. So the first book I have is A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman, and this was one of Carolyn's favorites. I do have this book on my shelf, and I should have grabbed it when I grabbed the other one, but I'm too lazy now to pick it up. But it is a bit longer than I would like typically read for a readathon, so we'll see. But it is something I'm interested in. I know it's like such an acclaimed novel. I actually went to a virtual program over the summer, I think, for Frederick Bachman and his new book. So I am interested in reading it. I mean, I bought it, so I'm probably like, I should read it, you know? Anyway, so maybe that one. And then the other book that I wrote down was Letters to a Young Poet by, I think it's Rainier Murray Rilke. That sounds right, but at the same time it sounds wrong. I bought this book a while ago. I have it on my Kindle and I've had it for a very long time. It is a book that's on the Rory Gilmore reading challenge, and I feel like I can remember specifically times when she's reading it, so I'm really interested in reading that one. But I've also heard a lot of good things about it and how moving it is, so I'm really interested in reading that one, and that is probably the one that I would prioritize. Alright, so there you have it, my kind of tentative TBR for the readathon. Got some good books, such an interesting variety of books. These are just the physical copies that I grabbed, but like I'm interested to see how this readathon goes. I'm excited too because they give you such a long time. It's like 8 days. So I've got 8 days to read 6 books, which is not bad at all considering a lot of these books are really short, and I hopefully can read as many as possible in one day. My weekends are going to be full, except on the 22nd. I do have an appointment to get a tattoo, so that'll be really fun to reveal in that video. I'm really excited about that. But anyway, those are the books that I'm hoping to read for the DA birthday party readathon. I'm really excited. Like, I've always wanted to try to be involved in like an online YouTube book club, but I'm just really bad at keeping track of them, and I'm hoping that being involved in this readathon will give me the push to start, you know, joining them in their book club discussions. So far, the books that they've read, I've been pretty much interested in all of them. I just never got around to reading them or paying attention to the live show times, even though like sometimes I just can't make it, but still I would still like to read it with them. So definitely hoping that this readathon, being involved with it, will help give me the push that I need to finally commit to joining an online book club, because you know what, 2 book clubs in person are just not enough. So that is it for the TBR. Let me know if you are participating, and if you've read any of these books, or if you have any suggestions for these prompts. Again, I will put everything in the description box if you have any questions. Definitely check out the host channels. I really love all of their YouTube channels. I've been following them for quite a while now, and their videos are always like super calming, or just like a different vibe than some other YouTubers that like they don't focus on a lot of front list, and I like that about them. So that is the readathon TBR. Kind of, I never stick to a TBR, so I'm just talking about books right now. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my readathon reading vlog, and I will see you in a new video soon. Bye!